Now that we understand that imaginary numbers come from taking the square root of a negative, we can talk about the idea of a complex number. A complex number is a number of the form a plus bi, where a and b are real numbers, meaning numbers that we can find on the number line. And the I is the imaginary number, or the square root of -1. A plus bi is just the form that we write this idea of a complex number in. A complex number, simply stated, is a number that has both a real and an imaginary part. The number 2 plus 3i would be an example of a complex number, where 2 is the real portion and 3i is the imaginary portion. And we always write this in the form real plus imaginary. These numbers, these complex numbers, can be worked with the same as all other numbers. We can add them, we can subtract them, we can multiply them, we can divide them. We're going to begin with looking at the idea of addition and subtraction. So we're going to say that we have this complex number, 2 plus 3i, and we want to add that to the complex number 4 plus 8i. To add these two complex numbers together, we approach this very much the same way that we would approach combining like terms. We want to add the real portions and we want to add the imaginary portions. So our real portions are the 2 and the 4. So we simply add the 2 and the 4. 2 plus 4 will give us 6. Then we look at the imaginary portions. The imaginary portions here are the 3i and the 8i. Well, 3i plus 8i would give us 11i. So the new complex number would be 6 plus 11i. A second example, say we have -8 minus 9i, and we want to subtract 2 minus 3i. The first thing I would do is keep in mind that we have subtraction here. So that means we want to subtract the entire complex number behind that. I would first of all rewrite this as -8 minus 9i plus, distribute the negative, -2 plus 3i. The positive here came from a negative distributed to a negative. Addition is much easier for us to consider than subtraction, and we tend to make fewer sign mistakes if we go ahead and distribute that negative through to the second set of parentheses. Now that we have that negative taken care of, we can find the real portions. Our real portions are the -8 and the -2. Well, -8 plus -2 is -10. Then we can combine the imaginary portions. We have a -9i plus 3i. Well, -9i plus 3i is -6i. So our new complex number is -10 minus 6i. Notice that when we did this addition and when we did the subtraction, that the answers were themselves also complex numbers. What this means is that the complex numbers are closed under addition and subtraction, meaning that if you add two complex numbers or subtract two complex numbers, you will get a new complex number.